Well, one man's quest to find a job is raising questions about the labor shortage right now. He says he applied to more than 60 entry-level positions.
It's like frustrating because I know myself, because I used to work at an Taylor as a sales lead position. So why now no one is accepting me as the same sales lead position?
As the world ponders about computers, robots, and AI taking over the workforce, even the most robust economies have a severe labor shortage. In fact, the underemployment crisis in the U.S. is happening right now despite record job growth. In this video, we will uncover America's chronic underemployment problem. So, consider subscribing to the channel and hitting the notification bell. That way, you will never miss an upload on America's most important economic topics. Thanks in advance, and now, let's get back to the topic.
This doesn't make any sense. If everybody's hiring and everybody's so desperate for employees, then why aren't they even responding to an email?
The U.S. Department of Labor's Bureau of Labor Statistics has recently released the jobs report for the month of January, which brings some good news for the American economy. The report indicates a significant drop in the unemployment rate, which now stands at 3.4%. This is a considerable improvement compared to the previous year, and it reflects the creation of more than 500,000 jobs in January alone. Moreover, the report highlights an impressive achievement in the manufacturing sector. Almost 800,000 new jobs were created in the last 2 years. This clearly indicates the government's focus on reviving the industry and boosting the country's manufacturing capabilities. This report's findings are a positive sign for the economy and provide hope for job seekers and businesses.
We have good skills. They have to consider all people. They have to get interview with employees. Maybe we're gonna get some luck.
However, the U.S. labor market is cooling. According to the latest report, the United States witnessed a boost in job growth in February. However, experts suggest that it may not necessarily indicate a thriving labor market, as the unemployment rate rose to 3.9%, marking a 2-year high. Despite the apparent acceleration in job growth, there are concerns that the underlying conditions in the labor market remain soft, and the rise in unemployment is a cause for worry. This situation may indicate that the economy is experiencing a slowdown, which could impact future employment prospects.
Now, experts also say make sure you tailor your resume for each job that you apply to. It's a lot of extra work, but it's an important step. That way, hiring managers can see that you actually have the skills that they're looking for.
Yet, it is very concerning that underemployment does not get as much attention. Take a look at this chart. In 2023, the U.S. employment rate stood at 60.3%, which is solid, one might say. However, employment was almost 5% higher just 2 decades ago, meaning that a lot more people had jobs at the beginning of the century than now. Many companies across the United States, regardless of their size and industry, are currently experiencing unprecedented challenges in finding enough workers to fill open job positions. According to the latest data, there are 9.5 million job openings in the country, but only 6.5 million unemployed individuals are available to fill these vacancies. This leaves us with a significant gap between the number of available jobs and the number of unemployed workers. Even if every unemployed person in the country were to find a job, we would still have approximately 3 million job openings left unfilled. This situation is not only a challenge for companies, but also a concern for the overall economy and workforce. In December 2023, the job market in the United States showed a mixed picture, as some industries had a higher number of vacancies as compared to others. As per the data available, the healthcare and social assistance industry had the highest job openings rate, with 7.7% of jobs remaining open. This industry includes various job roles such as childcare workers, social workers, and home aides. While the job openings rate has decreased from peaks of more than 9% at some points in 2022, it still remains the highest of any tracked industry. Apart from the healthcare and social assistance industries, Some other sectors that had a higher job openings rate in December 2023 were professional and business services, 7.0%, real estate, 5.9%, and federal government, 5.8%. On the other hand, industries such as government education, wholesale trade, and manufacturing of non-durable goods had a vacancy rate lower than the national rate. It is worth noting that in December 2023, most industries still had a higher rate of job openings than they did before the pandemic. For instance, mining, logging, and oil extraction had a job openings rate up by 81% from January 2020, durable goods manufacturing had a rate up by 55%, and educational services had a rate up by 45%. Despite the higher job openings rate in many industries, the United States still had 6.12 million unemployed people as of January 2024, representing 3.7% of the workforce. However, this figure is lower than the peak of 14.8% shortly after the pandemic began. The unemployment rate remained between 3.4% and 3.8% from February 2022 through January 2024. Regarding the unemployed population, the data reveals that 49% of the 6.12 million unemployed Americans had lost their job either temporarily or permanently, 38% were entering or re-entering the workforce, and 13% had left a job.
Even as the labor picture in the United States improves post-pandemic, the manufacturing sector is still struggling with a shortage of workers and raw materials.
The manufacturing sector, which America is most proud of, has been facing a significant shortage of skilled labor for years, and recent events have brought this issue to the forefront. The scarcity of qualified workers in the manufacturing industry can have far-reaching consequences for organizations, including longer lead times, reduced output, increased worker burnout, and higher employee turnover. Unfortunately, these problems only exacerbate the labor shortage and can lead to additional challenges for manufacturers. The ripple effect of this issue can also impact consumers, resulting in empty store shelves, slower delivery times, and higher costs. Given the persistent nature of this labor shortage, governments and organizations must take proactive measures to encourage more workers to join the industry. To achieve this goal, it is essential to understand the root causes of labor shortages in manufacturing. While multiple factors may be at play, some significant causes include a lack of investment in training and development programs, an aging workforce, a negative perception of the industry, and the use of outdated technology. The ongoing labor shortage has significantly shifted towards a candidate-driven job market. With jobs scarce and job seekers limited, many of today's workers are demanding higher wages. This is unsurprising, as salaries have long been one of the most significant motivators for people looking to change jobs. In fact, according to recent employer brand research, a staggering 62% of workers around the world rank salaries as the number one factor in joining or leaving a company. In response to this trend, many manufacturers have increased their wages to attract and retain workers. According to the National Association of Manufacturers, U.S.-based manufacturers plan to increase their wages by an average of 3.5% in 2022. This is a significant increase and shows that employers are willing to respond to the demands of the market to attract and retain top talent. As a result, workers can expect better wages and benefits offered by companies looking to stay competitive in a rapidly changing job market. The United States farming industry is also facing a significant crisis due to the shortage of available labor. In the past 5 years alone, the country has lost 141,000 farms, and one of the primary reasons behind this trend is the broken workforce system that has failed to support the agricultural sector.
In the past 2 years, Ohio has lost 1/4 of its dairy farms. There are now well below 2,000. And News 5's Jordan Vandenberg shows us now the state's lost one more.
According to the American Farm Bureau Federation, roughly 2.4 million farm jobs need to be filled. Still, the current restrictions on year-round labor have made it difficult for farmers to find and retain employees. This shortage of workers has contributed significantly to the farming crisis and has led to a decline in agricultural production across the country. The restrictions on year-round labor have also made it challenging for the industry to meet the full spectrum of agricultural labor demands, further exacerbating the situation.
But I think they got sold to good farmers and they'll take care of them. I'll be petting the cats now instead of the cows.
The U.S. labor market has undergone a significant shift since the baby boom following World War II. The abundance of workers made them cheap and easily replaceable. However, with baby boomers retiring in droves, companies are finding it challenging to fill job vacancies. According to Jay Denton, the Chief Analytics Officer at Labor IQ, the labor shortage we're experiencing today is likely to remain and could even intensify. Attracting and hiring people for new jobs is becoming increasingly challenging. This shift is leading us to what is now being referred to as the forever labor shortage. The workforce grew by 17% in the 1960s and by another 19% in the following decade, making it easier for companies to find workers. However, that is no longer the case. The U.S. Chamber of Commerce has identified 13 states currently facing significant labor shortages. These states are Alabama, Arkansas, Maine, Maryland, Massachusetts, Montana, Nebraska, New Hampshire, North Dakota, Oklahoma, South Dakota, Utah, and Vermont. According to the Chamber's Worker Shortage Index, these states are all included in the most severe category, indicating that the labor shortage is particularly acute in these areas. The other categories in the index are more severe, severe, less severe, and least severe. Among these states, North Dakota and South Dakota are experiencing the most severe labor shortages, with only 35 available workers for every 100 job opportunities. North Dakota currently has around 30,000 job openings with 8,466 unemployed people, while South Dakota has 31,000 job openings and 8,864 unemployed people. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, hit the like button and, as always, feel free to share your opinion on the subject in the comments section below.